I'm continuing on in the precious lesson right here. I had a fun, nice lesson here. Let's see. Continuing on, it says, yes, some idiot might argue that because you have idiots that argued with us in the past, stupid arguments and shit, and so we gotta be on our P's and Q's and remember those stupid ass people that argued stupid shit. And there's one argument that can be like, oh, why would they show you that in movies? That's all fairy tales, right? But time and time again now, especially as we get close to the end, being proved right. And only the elect is gonna have it in them though to actually care and see the trap that's gonna it's ahead of us. It's coming. So this is for the elect ultimately right here. This making this video for them. It says transhumanist themes aliens depopulation agenda and of course predicted programming of future events, yet the elites have evidently reviewed the reality of the many occult orders and secret societies in film and media. These are just a few examples from movies and shows out of many more. One could ask, why are these messages even there? Wouldn't they want to keep their plans in existence a secret? No, they need to be hidden in plain sight for several reasons they can. Because the majority will never wake up, so they ritualistically mock and laugh at victims who are ignorant of their symbolism. They must because they believe in karmic laws of the occult. If the masses are properly warned, and if they willingly accept what is happening, the elite are relieved from karmic revenge. And that's to a certain degree of a fear of the Lord, to a certain degree. Also, the concept of, so to a certain degree, they fear the Lord. Also, the concept of predictive programming tells us that once the masses are, because you're going to fear what could happen to you if you just decide to fuck someone up. And so in the way there, it's a certain fear of the Lord. That's why I say that. Don't let that rattle in your head what I just said there. Also, the concept of predictive programming tells us that once the masses are exposed to a shocking idea, they are less shocked and more accepted when it actually happens. In the case of the elite revealing the reality of secret societies, it would appear they plan on fully disclosing themselves soon when they have an even tighter grip on society. This is why the term deep state became a household name, even though many people already know the existence of these societies. Typically, most scenes portrays the secret society members in dark and red hood and cloaks. This trend seems to have begun with the infamous Eyes Wide Shut directed by Stanley Kubrick. While we don't know if the elite for sure will wear dark or red cloaks in their gatherings, in the occult, the cloak is linked to death and destruction as embodied by the Grim Reaper. Executioners, and that's why when you go into Revelation 6, it mentions a red horse named Destruction, and with him follows destructions. That's what that's going into. It's all symbolic. It's all symbology. Cloaks are especially popular during the medieval times, which is the same time where many occult orders were springing up all around Europe, primarily the Knights Templar. Okay, because a cult just means a belief or whatever, a group of people that believe in something. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Knights Templar. Okay. During this time, witches became associated with the medieval Knights Templar. Have nothing to this because it annoys me. Original Knights Templar were a military sect. Yeah, they were a group, you can say, I guess, in the cults. They believed in the Bible, though. They weren't worshiping false idols and claiming the Bible. No, they were just simply that, a military group that believed in the Bible. Nothing to do with the other that came centuries earlier. During this time, witches became associated with cloaks, hence making it a magical attire to evoke demons during their magical rituals. That is another reason why many magicians and occultists in film often wear clothes. So anyway, here's the point. Revelation of the method. Over the years, the elite have used many movies, shows, music videos, celebrity performances, video games, and commercials to deliberately reveal their existence and the reality of occult secret societies. For example, Skulls by the late Paul Walker is a nod to Skull and Bones. From Hell by Johnny Depp reviews Freemasonic rituals, and the infamous Eyes Wide Shut by Tom Cruise is a blatant portrayal of every major occult order the elites are a part of. Yeah, all those have many sects. Why do they do this? Because they can and they must. They can. Because they can and they must. They can. Because they know the masses are too lazy, distracted, asleep, and powerless to stop them. So they get a good laugh at us by placing, which that's to the used people, not the elect. By placing the truth in plain sight for us, they must. Because they are bound by a court law, they reveal themselves in some form to not suffer karmic consequences for not telling us. This is called revelation of the method. That's a movie, the XII series. Skull and Bones, Secret Society, The Good Shepherd, 007 Spectre. 34% of HIV. They show you that there. From Hell, the movie From Hell, they have that there, the checkered board. Them meeting in a circle, the Bohemian Grove ritual in the House of Cards. Smolek. Even in cartoons here, they show you in the movie Titans. The movie They Live. The movie The Devil Rides Out.
The same way these idiots would fall for it. If they were like, come on down to your local prison. It's so nice. You get a free bed and a free meal, and nobody's going to bother you and hurt your feelings. As the line, of course.
So this, yeah, he spoke on it before, and this was published in, I forgot, this was back a couple months back. He's around July. It says, a Saudi woman was given 30 years in prison for criticizing a Neo megacity project on Twitter. Yeah, this is going into the line in Saudi Arabia down there.
This thing is being marketed as super futuristic, utopian. There'll be equity.
Which proves to you once again they're all in league with the system of it, the wicked. Ishmael and Russia too, Vladimir. Don't be surprised if Vladimir Putin FaceTimes Trump and laughs at you people, man.
Inequality, you won't have to worry about all these things that they tell people they should worry about when they don't actually exist. The media is the one who creates it. A huge deception, and conveniently this thing is placed in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, so you can't escape, but they're telling people that there's a reason that it's put there, and it's a good reason, right? Yeah, sure. People are going to be shipped into this, and to be honest with you, the people who willingly go to this, good luck to you. I feel no sympathy whatsoever, because a lot of these people out there who identify as liberals are going to love this. They're not going to have to pay rent So, I mean, do you pay rent in a prison cell? No, you won't have to pay rent here. You'll probably be wearing a uniform. It might not be an orange jumpsuit, but it'll be something very similar. Of course, you'll be under 24/7 surveillance as you would in a prison cell, but they'll tell you that you're free, and they'll tell you you can work, and you could sleep in the same space, and you can mingle with other people on a set schedule, and every once in a while we'll let you actually go outside to see the sun, but you probably won't see the sun because it'll be artificial. Yeah, that's right, because they are even talking about their artificial moon, flying taxis, and all this other stuff. They've already poured in billions of dollars into this project, which you're going to see in the video clip I play for you. And you're going to see these psychopaths who have decided that, instead of using this money to help world hunger and all these things, they're using this money to create a giant prison cell that they're going to use as a way to, the marketing behind it is going to manipulate people into willingly going to these things, that it's a wonderful world. It's like Disney World on acid. You could go there. It's a prison cell. And $500 billion has gone into this. It's a smart city for the most part, but really it's a smart prison cell. So this is a video clip that they recently uploaded to their YouTube channel. I'm playing it for you here. Take a look at this. Listen to the music in the background. Listen to how they talk. I mean, if they marketed going to jail the same way, these idiots would fall for it. If they were like, come on down to your local prison. It's so nice. You get a free bed and a free meal, and nobody's going to bother you and hurt your feelings in this prison. And people will be like, oh, that sounds great. I don't even have to pay rent anymore, and I get free food because I'm struggling to pay. Is there heat? Is there air conditioning? There sure is. Well, it's the same exact thing, but of course, they're going to portray it as Disneyland, as a utopian world where no one's going to argue with each other. Everyone's going to be wonderful. Yeah, sure. Take a look at this hell on earth.
The line is going to change things for the better because we can implement global best practice into every element of the city.
We are working with the best architects and planners from around the world in order to take all of the learnings we've inherited from other cities and create a new city from scratch.
At The Line, we're working on building an urban model which provides unprecedented livability, a model for nature preservation and sustainability, all while providing a unique environment for economic growth. I am Tariq Qadoumi, and I am the Executive Director of Urban Planning at NEOM.
I am Giles Pendleton, and I am the Executive Director for the Line Proponent.
I'm Salwa Al-Khulairi, and I'm a Senior Architect at NEOM Urban Planning.
My name is Michio Kaku. I'm a professor of theoretical physics, and I'm also a futurist. What will a city of the future look like? When I was a child, I used to think about the city of the future. Are we going to have flying cars? Are we going to visit the moon and Mars? When I grew up, I began to look at these cities like Paris, London, New York, and I saw traffic jams. I saw pollution. I saw tremendous inequalities. And I said to myself, we can do better. We can create, perhaps out of the desert, a city that would be sustainable, livable, a city of the future. The line shows us a new way of doing things, a new pattern by which we can make a livable future.
Placemaking to me is about creating the canvas for community.
It's about creating spaces for people to want to visit and live in.
A place that cares for its society.
Many demographers think that the cities of the future will contain about 50 million people. That's not livable at all. At The Line, we are working on creating a template by which we can create cities of the future. That's where jobs are. That's where opportunities are. And so placemaking to me is about creating a legacy, creating a template by which other nations can then compare their cities, their plans with what's being done here in Saudi Arabia. So what are we looking at here?
So we're looking at the line as a whole. The line spans across 3 different geological regions. So we have the coastal desert, the mountain, and the upper valley. It starts out at 500 meters height, and then slowly, as the topography rises, it disappears into the mountains. We have the hidden marina. This is where we're starting construction. We bring in a canal from the Red Sea to create a bay.
all this is sustainable, right?
NEOM itself is 100% renewable energy. We produce energy through solar, wind, and hydrogen. We also have 100% sustainable water, meaning we take out water through desalination from the sea. However, we don't dump the brine back into the sea. So we use that salt and we recycle it, making the process very sustainable. So this is a section of the line. You're going to have the mirror. This is where the mobility at height is going to be happening. This is your neighborhood, for example, right?
And where are the shops where people can go shopping?
So all of here is shops, right? So where your public space is, there could be office spaces, right? Where people come down for lunch and sit outside. And basically you're 5 minutes away from your daily needs, meaning your school, your nursery.
It makes life very convenient then, right? Everything's within walking distance. Like Midtown Manhattan, you're within walking distance of everything. Within Midtown. But outside of that is hell.
It gets worse and
worse.
The
commuting is incredible to get to that Midtown Manhattan. So this is where all the action takes place.
Absolutely.
Right here.
Absolutely. So this is representative of an 800-meter wide module, 500 meters tall. These lights demonstrate what a mobility corridor would do. So as you can see, we have no ground floor. The subway is at multiple heights. And that allows you to potentially, if you're in a unit here, you can either go up to a subway or down to a subway.
So if I live here, then the 5-minute rule would be around here?
Yeah, so 5-minute rule is generally 400 meters, vertically and horizontally, and literally across. So we live in a 3-dimensional city. The 5-minute rule is really a function of achieving your daily needs.
And no cars. This is amazing. No cars.
Yes, I think that the principle of the module is about community. You don't enjoy or become part of community by driving past in a car. So the idea is to encourage our residents and visitors to explore the city on foot.
So your world, with all your basic needs, are met within 5 minutes of your living unit. Like Lego blocks, if you stack these modules one after the other, You
don't have to hurt anyone's feelings, but the second you decide that you want to leave, well, we'll be filming you and we'll hear you whisper to somebody else and say you want out. And it's not as great as you think.
In essence, that's the point. They show you that in the movie Maze Runner, where they couldn't get off the maze. And then the second movie that they had, Silvercar got free, but it was just another maze. Well, that's the point of this. That's the point of that whole smart city stuff. And basically, them using that to push you towards that. Using also carbon emissions, climate change, shit like that, like what the disease disasters, wildfires, using shit like that to push you towards it.
Will pullulate with sensors, all joined together by the Internet of Things, and the urban environment is as antiseptic as a Zurich pharmacy. But this technology could also be used to keep every citizen under round-the-clock surveillance. A future Alexa will pretend to take orders, but this Alexa will be watching you, clucking her tongue and stamping her foot. In future, voice connectivity will be in every room and almost every object. Your mattress will monitor you.
Right there, he's telling you, man, everything will monitor you. Everything will monitor you, and that's the whole. That's exactly what they want.
People. Criminals may try.
1 Palisade Avenue for a stabbing in progress.
But there's no.
It's going into the AI, artificial intelligence surveillance system.
Running this camera network. Controlled not by human hands, but by computer software. This is the Yonkers Police Department's real-time artificial intelligence center.
between the use of AI as well as our personnel in the field and in the aware room, we're able to multitask.
Oh, and that's another thing. They're gonna use convenience for a reason to put it to you like these, like that Moabite nigga just showed you in the last clip. With that man explained knowing the line of an AI city, 15 minutes, smart city. The fourth industrial revolution will also be ushering in the fourth industrial revolution we always speak on. Revelation 13, 15 to 18. Esau mingling with the seed of men, Daniel's second chapter. Daniel 12, knowledge is increasing, and so you have these things. It's the Bible's prophesied of, and we're seeing these things coming soon, coming. Okay, nowhere else in all time in history have you had, and are you gonna have a MOTB? It's gonna be a market. It's gonna be implemented and forced upon people like how you're gonna have it now. Not like how they're gonna do it now.
Ask and get a ton of information in a short period of time.
Max Goldberg went from walking the beat to crime control, working in the nerve center with 400 cameras, watching New York State's third largest city. Goldberg says the system will pinpoint a problem without his
crime, safety. It's going to be another reason to implement it. Push people to agree with it. And not even, and ultimately, and all those on top of once the society collapses and people are looking for a savior, that's what's really going to, along with all those other things, that's what's really going to push people to say, all right, man. Especially if they don't have the mark of Yahweh Shai in them. Then, yeah. Courtesy of the serpent.
Prevention. He credits the Aware Network with recently helping find a missing girl with autism by inputting her description.
Wearing a red top and black bottoms.
And just 3 minutes after the 911 call,
I was able to see her crouching down behind a vehicle, trying to hide from people.
From a fire to a stabbing rampage, the system's AI capability recognizes anything out of the ordinary, often flagging it before 911 is called.
This kind of changes the game. As the call is coming in, our officers in here can pull up cameras in the area and direct the right resources to the right locations. The dispatchers will be using it.
Yonkers Police Detective Sergeant Frank D. DiMizio is confident about the future of crime fighting.
As a detective, are you threatened at all by this technology?
I think that most of the Yonkers Police Department welcomes this technology with open arms.
When seconds count,
that guy, he's just cutting people.
Criminals may try.
And he was from Scotty the Kid on Instagram, and he put no, that's not right. It's Daniel 12 verse 4. But that old Daniel shut up the words and sealed the book. Okay, so the book has been sealed, and we're supposed to be sealed in that time. Even when the apostles were there, it was still to a certain degree sealed at the time. Compared to how it is now, it's compared to now, it's all being opened. But MOTB still has to be fulfilled as far as it being implemented, as far as it being fulfilled. No, but it's all being open to us as far as we know and what's going to have to happen before Yahweh Shai returns. And obviously we don't know when he will return, but we know it's going to return even to the time of the end. And we are in the time of the end, proving it. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And when you go into Revelation, Yahweh Shai opened those seals. He is the spirit of prophecy. Yeah, you know, you ask Google microchips and smart cities, you Google that. The AI search labs will tell you, well, microchips play a crucial role in smart cities by powering the Internet of Things, the IoT devices that collect and analyze data across various urban systems. And these elites are part of this Marxist agenda. It's just they're not gonna tell the people it's a Marxist agenda. They are in a sly way, but they ain't gonna. Ultimately, it's true to the Lord that they're going to fall for it. It says that transhumanist Marxist movement. Transhumanism found further support from Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, including Google co-founder Larry Page, Amazon's Jeff Bezos, and Tesla's Elon Musk. Here's trans about transhumanists, is Marxists, or you can also call them Satanists. This quote from Google says, transhumanists believe that humans can and should use technology to improve their bodies and minds, and that this will lead to a better future, which that's going into leaning upon your own understanding. Once again, because these people are godless. They don't believe in the true God. They believe he exists, but they don't serve him. Okay, they'll acknowledge and tell you, yeah, he exists, but we don't serve him. We serve our other God. Their other God being Satan. So they believe to improve their bodies, they want to improve their lives without God. Basically, it says in the scriptures, who is God? They say, and is there any knowledge in him? That's what they said. They did. Okay, they mock God. They mocked him the other day. I believe Trump by also mocks the Lord by. They showed them in front of the Ark of the Covenant, and basically it was a mock up of the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, by doing that, that's a mocking the Lord, because the Ark of the Covenant, they don't have the Ark of the Covenant, by the way. No one knows where that is. Jeremiah went and hid it, and it's secretly hidden somewhere. We'll get that back in the kingdom. Where's that in the scriptures? Oh, you gotta get that in the Apocrypha. Read more and learn more into it if you want to know it. How about that? Where it is, huh? Where is it? Exactly. Is there any knowledge?